night, 10:33 p.m. in the East, streaming live on Pride48.com. It's time for The Mix. My name is Daniel Brewer. I do not do this show alone. I do it with my best friend, Adam Burns. Adam, how are you this evening?
You do it to your best friend?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said I do it to my best friend, Adam Burns.
No. I think I said I do it with my best friend. Adam
Roll
Burns.
back the tape. Roll back the footage.
Now, speaking of rolling back tape, I was going to let this go even, but now if we're going to go there, let me find my directory here.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. That's my line, Adam. The point is, we were talking right before the show, right before we started recording. We were talking about your Thursday Geeky Gay, where you seem to have a lot of problem pronouncing the word bougainvillea. No.
Who's having problems now?
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea.
Did we get that right? Is that right?
Bougainvillea.
You were having a very hard time saying it, and you did not believe me.
Maybe I was being
and so
funny.
I grabbed the. Oh God, I hate this fucking theme song. So it's like, let me get to the.
2023, and my name is a week. Is World Rainforest and National Onion Ring. Lady and the Tramp. It's on the end of the equator. Is actually. And Blender and other things, and then we're in bougainvillea.
Here we go.
Every day. I'm gonna actually Google this.
Okay.
And on the face of me, or I'm but I always think to myself, man, there are so many things, orchestra rehearsals, and
Sarah, way to speed
3
this
different
up.
podcasts that I do, and. I've always got 3 different hobbies going. I mean, this was your idea. Like, so programming currently is a hobby. So taking courses on programming.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And, other things. And then we're putting together various furniture. And now we're watering flowers because that's not a hobby, but we've got flowers that we planted a few years ago, and those seem to continually need to be watered. And the bougainvillea, I cannot. I said it correct. What? Every day. I'm gonna actually Google this. Can bougainvillea?
I don't know. You know what? Never. I'm gonna edit this whole part out because
we were talking about it earlier, and you said, "Oh, this is show content." So we're gonna get some show content out of it because what I'm gonna say is, my bougainvillea. It's very beautiful. It's a purplish color.
Bougainvillea.
It's a purplish color.
A bougainvillea can be many colors, like an animal can have orange
this
ones
one
and
is
yellow
this.
ones.
These two are
Yours
purplish.
are purple.
Almost the color of your back wall, but a little bit brighter than that.
Oh, we had pink ones in our yard,
and they are the finickiest motherfuckers I have ever. Also, so I cannot. The leaves on these things, it gets me. I get emotional just thinking about it because the leaves on these things, it's very hot here right now.
Yes.
And we get a lot of sun on the front of our house. But you know what? It said in the nursery where we bought these things, they were in the full sun section. They had it all sectioned to like shade.
Yes.
Partial sun, little bit more sun, full sun. And they were in the full sun, like the full ass motherfucking sun, right?
People even grow them here through trellises and stuff to create shade. So they're the things absorbing the sun from everybody else.
And we didn't they're in pots. I bought these little hooks to go on the front posts so that we can hang them, and they're on either side of the door, et cetera, et cetera. Every day, it seems like the leaves just droop. They look like they get thinner and wispier, and they're just drooping. And
like a single gay man in his 20s, they just shrivel and get thinner and thinner until they find a mate.
But everything I read about them is they don't like a lot of water. But the funny thing is, as soon I water them in the evening because I'm like, okay, they're looking droopy. I'm going to water them.
Why does it matter?
Right?
If you provide water to them and then they perk up, then that seems like
they are perking up.
That's the plant telling you, yes, I would like some water, please.
But Daniel, plants are bitches. Because
Plants are bitches
because they can also be overwatered.
Yes, they can.
And they
like
can
Easter
get
lily is a good example.
They can be so if you overwater them, they can have similar symptoms to underwatering.
Yes.
Because apparently they get root rot or whatever.
Yes.
And so
yes.
And then,
but the difference is, even though they have similar symptoms of wilting, when you give them more water when they've been overwatered, they don't then perk up.
Well,
it's like
probably. I mean that's why I continue to water.
All I'm trying to say is, regardless of what any literature says anywhere, listen to the plant. The plant looked droopy. I gave it water, and then later it perked up. Oh, it needed water. That's what it wanted.
Well, it's also because these pots the drainage is so extensive in these pots that they're in that I pour water in, and literally water pours out of the bottom. Right?
If only there were a way to fix that by putting a plate underneath it or something.
They're hanging, and I don't want to take them down every dadgum day and put them on a thing. I don't want. And one other thing, this wasn't a topic, but I'm going to say one other thing since we're talking about plants.
We have not even touched our topic board yet.
My lantanas.
Yes.
The ugly orange color. The ugly orange color of lantana.
Yes.
Grew for the past 2 years. It grew like a rabbit, like rabbits multiply. I mean, it just got huge, like really big. And we're like, oh, this plant, lantanas, really like our flower bed. We're going to buy. But this year we thought, you know what? Let's get a prettier color. So we found these really beautiful. It's kind of a fuchsia color, but it's got some yellow mixed in. It's like two colors. It's cool.
Okay.
They're not growing. First of all, they also are being finicky like the bougainvillea. Like their leaves are curling up and then all what and they're not growing very fast. And I don't know if like the different colors behave differently. Like the orange is hardier than the fuchsia. I don't know. It is a pain in the butt. I guess I need a gardener. The other thing, my mowing, the company that I chose for mowing.
Yeah.
They do not communicate with me at all. I don't know when they're coming. I don't know when they're going to leave. I don't know when they don't ask me to pay them. They're not sending a bill. I think they would just do it for free. It bugs the shit out of me. Finally, I was like, look, you came and left and I could not pay you because I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to pay you?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And finally she said, well, some people pay us via Venmo. I'm like, great. Give me your Venmo or whatever. So now if I happen to hear the mower, I open Venmo and I'm like, okay, they're here.
They don't just invoice you?
No. I guess I chose poorly.
Because like my pest control company, we have, every other month service or whatever. They just, they have a credit card on file. They just bill us. They just charge us.
Kathy Markle? I cannot talk tonight. Jesus.
This would seem to be an
Kathy Marshall in the chat room says, Adam, yes. You were looking for a company that doesn't communicate with you.
Yes.
So now you have a company that doesn't communicate with you.
It's true. It was one of your criteria. So I feel like, you got what you paid for. What you paid for very difficult. Anyway, Adam, we have a whole list of things that we were going to talk about here tonight. But before we get into that, there are thousands of people that tune into this very podcast every single week wanting to know what is the status of my running? What's the update on my running, the progress that I am making on my running, all of that stuff. And I got to let you guys in on some harsh truth here. I have not been doing well. The last couple of weeks have been a true struggle of trying to maintain the 2 minute 30 running, minute 30 walking that I had before. And I so much so that because I have a race in 10 days, I'm doing a July 4th 10K. I needed to start going longer distances. So I've backed off on my 2:30, 1:30. I'm back down to like a 2:10, 1:30 right now. Just because I need to get the endurance, the mileage up before 10 days from now when I do my 10K. Anyway, it's been a real struggle, and I don't want to be one of these people because I grew up hearing these people my entire life, and I'm a Floridian. So when people go, oh, it's just so fucking hot in Florida. It's just so fucking hot and miserable. It's like, yeah, all right, I grew up in this. I understand that. And it's heat and you get over it. So I hesitate to say this because there's going to be a lot of people like, oh, I told you so. I think it has to do with the heat and humidity at the time that I'm running, which is usually about 10:30 in the morning. And it is it's like running in a sauna. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you work?
Don't I work?
You have a job, correct?
Yes, that's why I
How
can't
do you
run
just
until
run
10:30.
at 10:30? Isn't that a normal time that you should be working?
It is during my work day, yeah, but I also get a lunch, so I just take my lunch early and go before it gets hot. But yeah, usually about 10. I usually have because I have a team in India, so I usually have meetings from like 7 a.m. until like 10 a.m. So it's like that's when I'm doing that, and then so like 10:30 is just a good time that there's usually not a meeting scheduled at that point in time. So I usually have that area of time free. Unlike you, I am not a whatever the fuck you are, project manager.
I'm not a project manager. I'm a product manager.
Jesus Christ.
It's a
product manager. I don't. My day is not filled with meetings. I am a dev.
Oh my God. I had 11 meetings 2 Mondays ago.
No,
11
in fact,
meetings.
In fact, most Wednesdays I never have. I don't have any meetings on Wednesdays.
Wish.
Like my Wednesdays and Fridays, I usually have 0 meetings, and then my Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday meetings are morning meetings. I have very few afternoon meetings ever. So
we have this thing where I have coworkers on the West Coast.
Yep.
I have myself, which I'm in Central Time Zone. I have another coworker that's in Atlanta, Georgia. If you didn't know where Atlanta was,
thank goodness you told me.
And then we have an office in India.
Yeah.
So we also have coworkers in India, and so try to get a call where you can get a California, an Arkansas, and Atlanta.
Just talking about.
Yeah, I mean, no, but you said you have people in India. I'm saying
I also have people on the West
4
Coast.
time zones on the same call.
All right.
4.
I have 3.
Well, I have
anyway.
4.
All right, fine, Adam. I get it. You're so. We're in the middle of my running update. Anyway,
Yes.
my point is
Humidity sucks.
Not a lot of it. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found a treadmill for $200, and because people buy these $1,000 treadmills and then they never use them and then they sell them on Marketplace. So I got the details that I needed on that particular treadmill, and I'm picking that up on Sunday. So I'm going on Sunday to buy my $200 treadmill and bring it back home so that I can actually avoid running in the sauna, which is outside, and see if that makes any kind of a difference whatsoever. Because I would just hate to feel like, I've suddenly developed some kind of illness where now I can no longer run because I was at a point where I could do the 2:30, 1:30, and then, 4 days later, I can't. And it's just like running it's just grossly hot. And anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do there. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, my bad running update because I have had a problem with that. And speaking, I know we were just talking about companies. I just want to talk about this real quick. There's this hackathon coming up at work.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go. But
you wanted to participate or you wanted to just, okay.
I wanted to go to the hackathon. I wanted to be on the team at the hackathon. But they decided that they were only going to send 4 people. And because the hackathon is in Georgia, they're only going to take people from Georgia.
Why do you need to do a hackathon in person? Couldn't it be a remote hackathon where people just...
Because that's the event. The event is a hackathon that's in person. It's put on by our parent company, and it's there's prizes. It's like $200,000 in prizes and stuff.
I have never done a hackathon.
Okay, can I finish my story real quick? Because this isn't about the hackathon. I'm not.
Okay.
The point is, I really wanted to be on this hackathon, and they were just like, "Oh no, it's only going to be people that are in Atlanta." I only live 8 hours from Atlanta. I said I would drive up there on my own dime, even. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not on the team, but I am on the research group, right? So I'm helping them with their ideas and and getting their stuff organized before they go up there. And I'm contributing a lot more than most of them, I might say. Then today we find out that the prize money actually goes to the participants. It doesn't go to the company. It's like literally these 4 people that happen to live in Atlanta, if we win a prize, will get money. Meanwhile, me, who did all the work back here, gets nothing. And that's fine, right? Money has never really been like a primary motivator for me, whatever. It's just like fine. But then the thing that really pissed me off today, Adam, and this is what I put it on the board here because I'm still kind of cheesed off by this. This VP that's going, talks, well, I don't really have a lot of time to work on this. So I'm going to have to, there's so many other things that I need to get done and everything. And I'm sitting there thinking like, great. So you're going to win money if it's well, and you don't even have time to put in it. You're just like basically dismissing it. Like you're putting it, down at the bottom of your list and everything. It's like, why am I doing this again? Why am I doing this bullshit thing? It's like, just very annoying, Adam. Very annoyed.
I'm sorry. We just had a hackathon as well.
Yeah.
Having trouble speaking. We just had a hackathon as well. And,
that, yes.
I have never joined a hackathon. And here's the reason.
Okay.
I hate more than anything else in life. And I mean, anything else, everything. I know you guys hear me talk about a lot of things that bother me, but I cannot stand working in a group. I hate it. I do not like, I don't like people. I don't like working with people. I don't want to, people are annoying.
Yes.
And I don't like it. And so we had one. The other thing I was going to say is, we don't have money as prizes. Your prize is if you win, then your idea will be sponsored to be developed and used in the company some way, shape, or form. But you don't, they don't give you any money. You just,
I mean, the thing that sucks the most is there were 20 ideas initially that we were rating and figuring out whether they were good ideas or whether it's something we wanted to do or not, or they wanted to do or not. We today just narrowed it by half, right? So we just threw out 10 of them today and then next week we're going to throw out, half of that, right? So the point is to narrow it down to whatever we're going to do. I contributed 2 of the original 20 ideas. Of the 4 people that were going there, the VP basically contributed 15 ideas, and the other 3 people going to Atlanta, going to the actual hackathon, didn't contribute any ideas. So there's a 2 in 10 chance, because both of my ideas are in the top 10 right now, so they're still in play. And actually they're number 3 and 4, so they're in the top 5. So there's a 2 in 5 chance that they're going to go there and do my idea, the idea that I came up with and gave them, and they're going to win money in their pocket, and I didn't. And it's just that's the thing that pisses me off. Is just
aren't you some sort of manager now or something? I mean, because it shouldn't it be the peons who win the money anyway? I mean,
I am not a manager. I have a team of people that I direct, but I'm not officially a manager. I don't evaluate them.
You're still an individual contributor. Okay. Yes. Well, then you could win money. That's okay. I just feel when you get to a management level, those bonuses and money and all that, that kind of tends to go away. Well, no, not bonuses. I
don't make Adam Burns money.
We've established that.
All right. Anyway, I'm just kind of annoyed by it, Adam. I'm very annoyed by it. I don't know why I'm annoyed by it, other than it's just, more stupid people getting rewarded for.
I'm sorry.
For just,
we can have a Pride 48 hackathon, and we can donate the celebrity death phone money. And then whoever wins, comes up with the best, idea and hacks something together can win $85.
We need to talk about your Saturday evening at the Trumps. But before we talk about that, Adam, I want to give everyone a programming note. You're going to be gone for the next 2 weeks.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. there will be a Mix Minus next week, June 30th. My partner Zach will be co-hosting with me, so we will be doing a Mix Minus on the 30th. So this.
So are you going to
Friday.
say, don't do Mix Minus without us?
And then on the 7th, we probably will do something also. I don't know who I'm going to get yet, but I'll probably do it still on the 7th. And all of which is to say that July 14th, when you are back,
You're going to be gone?
I'm going to be. We're camping that weekend,
so I'm going to have 3 weeks off.
So you'll be gone until the 21st of July.
Aw, a month. You guys are going to have a month without me. Well,
on the 14th, you could do a show if you wanted to get a co-host. You could do.
Oh, that's true. I see. You and I have such great chemistry. It's so hard doing a show with someone else.
We don't have any content. Yeah. Our content sucks, but we have great chemistry.
I love everyone else that I've ever done the show with, but we have a pattern, a pitter patter sort of thing that, All
right, so now let's get on to since we're not going to hear about you for a month, tell us about the Trumps.
I feel like this is just a retread of things I've talked about before. It's not. I have not talked about this on this show or any other show, but I feel like the topic. It's just a retread of the same topic. But you know what? It is what it is.
It is. It is what it is.
So last Saturday, Mark and I, there were a couple of things I was annoyed about. But we had made plans because my parents had said, son, we are going to be out of town on Father's Day, which they also did to me on Mother's Day. Which, look, I love my parents, but I don't really enjoy spending time with them anymore. We've established this. I used to, but now I don't. Because we've just grown way apart in our belief system.
Did your mother get her Mother's Day card from Auntie Scott?
Yeah. No, it must have gotten lost in the mail. So anyway, so they had said, but I was a little peeved that my brother, even though, I was kind of relieved because I was like, oh, great. I don't have to spend time with them. My brother gets them both, Mother's Day and Father's Day. It's like, what the hell? Who am I? What am I? Chopped liver or something?
Yeah.
It's more about I need validation sort of thing than, anything else. And so, but, I was like, okay, great. That gives Mark and I the whole weekend. We don't have anything. We can go. So we made plans. We're like, hey, we're going to go watch Spider-Man. And then we're going to go to Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian steakhouse.
By the way, I'm going there next week. I wanted to ask you about that. But go ahead.
It was good. So anyway, Mom texts me 30 minutes before we were about to leave for the movie and says, oh, hey, we're in town. And by the way, your Aunt Charlotte is here. Why don't you guys come to dinner with us?
Yeah. On
Saturday. Now, all week, she's known, I think, that they were not going to be going to my brother's. Nobody has told me this, because I would have planned a Father's Day, Mother's Day dinner. We would have done that, all of that. But no, she waits until 30. Yeah, I would have. Because I do these things. If I can have them come to my home and I don't have to watch Fox News and all that kind of stuff.
So do you think she didn't tell you because she knew you would do that and she didn't want to do that?
I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't even know my aunt was there. What if I'd have wanted to go over and see my aunt? So anyway, she's like,
whose sister is your aunt?
It's my mom's sister.
So do you think there's any kind of, and forgive me, Adam, forgive me, but do you think there's any kind of embarrassment on her part? Because
I don't think so.
Although she's accepted tenuously that she has a gay son who has a partner and everything, I remember one of the first things that my mom said, when I came out to her, it's yeah, we've known, and of course we love you, and absolutely love you. And then later she said something along the lines of, "Don't tell your grandmother." Your grandmother doesn't need to know. But there was a certain amount of almost embarrassment involved with that, of oh, don't, she's old and she's going to die. Don't even like, do you think your mom might have some embarrassment like, oh, she's always teased me about this or that. And it's like, this is just going to be one more thing she's going to lord over me. And it's like, you know what? It's just easier if we just don't go do the dinner. So I'll just tell Adam we're going to be out of town and then he won't plan the thing. And then she forgot and then blew her cover by doing the whole dinner thing.
I don't think so.
Probably because her sister said, my son is gay and he has a. She's like, oh, let me show you my gay son.
I don't think so, because even though I'm sure my family must talk about us behind our backs and say how we're going to hell, but they all know about Mark. They've all met Mark. He has been to family functions. He's been to Thanksgiving. He has a couple of times. They've all met him and love and say they love him. I mean, I don't know what they're saying behind our backs, but they all say that. And when I go to something without him, they will be like, where's Mark? We want to see Mark. Why didn't you bring Mark? Like all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's lip service. I don't know. But also, this is the aunt whose husband asked if he could kiss me.
Oh,
so I feel like that aunt is accepting of the gays, right? I mean, surely
she was married to one.
She is married to one. I mean,
he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there, but he wasn't with her. So anyway, I was like, no, Mom. I'm like, we cannot go to dinner with you. I wish you'd have told me earlier that you were, because we already have plans. And of course, me being a people pleaser, I'm thinking, well, maybe we should just cancel our plans. But I was like, she never said that. But you know me, I just have these thoughts like, oh, I need to please these people. But I was like, no, Adam, no, you are not going to cancel your plans. Do not do it. And so we didn't.
Should not have.
So I said, we can't. But it just so happened to work out that we couldn't find a Texas de Brazil. We had already made the reservation to Texas de Brazil. But the movie and the Texas de Brazil reservation were an hour and a half apart from each other because Mark waited till the last minute to make the reservation and they didn't have something till late. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to be in your neck of the woods anyway, so we'll just drop by your house. Well, I love my aunt, but of all of my family, she is the most like my mother in her Trump-loving Fox News. I mean, and I love and I never would have thought she would have been either, because she's very like artsy fartsy. Her husband is.
What do they think about these indictments?
Well, it's funny. They didn't talk specifically about that, but of course, Mark and I walk in, Fox News is on. I swear to God, is that all my parents do is watch Fox News? I mean, is it like the background to their lives is just Fox News? Could we not? Every time I walk over there, that is all they watch, Daniel. That is all they watch. It is on 24. They probably sleep with Fox News on.
Like the old radio commercials, like rip off the knob, turn it to 104.5 and rip off the knob.
They've ripped the knob
to Fox News and ripped the knob.
They have turned it completely. Yeah, they ripped it off. And it was just, I mean, there's not much. Look, so we went over, we spent like an hour.
Do you think that there's like if I were to go to Arkansas and go to like a pawn shop where they had old TVs, what do you want to bet that at least half of those TVs would have that burn in on it? Like if you were to turn them on, there would be the burn in of the Fox News.
The Fox News logo. Oh yeah.
That whole bottom third, that lower third graphic, it would just, Fox would just be burnt into the lower left-hand corner of those machines.
We've been biking recently, as you know.
I know, yes.
And we were biking the other day, and there is a person not directly in our neighborhood, but within 5 minutes of us biking, that has a huge ass Trump sign on the side of their barn or something. It's not a barn. It's like a chicken house or something. But and I was like, oh my God, like he hasn't, like, and I think it was an old one from when he ran before, like not even like a new one or anything. I'm like, oh my God.
Let me make the wild guess that his barn is within view of a major roadway.
Well, no, it's not, because we don't live on a major roadway. But
but a trafficked roadway, because the Trump campaign did that in the last election. All of these pastures along the interstate, all these things, they have these huge Trump signs. They're all identical. it's not like they went out and painted them themselves. They are all being done by a specific company.
Yeah.
And Trump, the campaign is paying them to put them up. It's like, hey, we'll give you this thing. If you'll put this on the side of your barn, we'll give it to you for free, right? It's like
maybe.
that whole kind of thing.
So anyway, I mean, that's just how these people are around here. And it's so funny because my one aunt, not the one that I saw Saturday, but my one aunt and I haven't had a discussion with her, but I know she is more liberal. She's the one that my mom referred to as wearing a Democrat mask. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
I mean, I never see her, but I just wish, I just want to go up to my Aunt Pam and be like, oh, you're normal. Like, I just want to hug you, or whatever.
I feel like you should have just skipped this whole thing.
Yeah, anyway.
So did you survive?
We survived. But, of course, they have to bring up, oh, it's just so sad how they just have to, Biden's wife, she just should not let him be doing this, being president and everything. She is just using him. She's not even a good first lady. He is just senile and like he's just falling down all the time and like all this kind of stuff. And they're just even in them trying to thinking they're being sweet and whatever, they're belittling, and I'm like, I feel like
they have a point. Most people don't realize that the 72nd Amendment says that the president must have perfect balance. Like, it's vitally important for the president to have perfect balance and be able to, put one toe after the other. That is an actual requirement for being a president of the United States. It's very important. And,
I did tell my mom in the awkward conversation that we had a few weeks ago that I either talked about here or Geeky Gay, but anyway, I know I talked about it somewhere. I did tell her, I'm like, Mom, I am a Democrat. I'm like, I do not agree with, I don't look, I certainly would not vote for Trump ever, not, there is no way in hell I would ever vote for him. But just so you know, I am a Democrat. I think Republicans are I don't know what I said exactly, but have just gone way over the, like, just,
Before I got to their house, I would go around to the side of the house and unscrew the master cable connection to the house and then go ring the doorbell, and then all the TVs would not be on. It's just like they would be getting nothing. And, the cable company's not going to come out in the middle of the night. So, and then when you leave, you go screw it back in. And
well, I'm getting so much closer to moving to the compound with you and Zach because I think I just need to move away from the family.
Yes.
Is what I think.
I think we should buy some land down here. Think of it, Adam. Think of it. You and Mittens and Zach and I, we could go out on the lake. We could have bonfires.
I mean, all that humidity though, and heat.
It's like 3 months a year. 3 months a year. June, like the end of June through the end of September.
When you ran, it was pretty hot. Then
no, that was
well. I mean, it was pretty. It gets hot here as well, but anyway, yeah. No, the only thing that keeps me from, first of all, we bought this house relatively, and we like the house, so it's like, then you got to sell and find a new one, and also the jobs are an issue because both of our jobs have asked us to come back into the office, and so we can't just move. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be easier for all of us. It seems like my mom doesn't even want me around anyway. I mean, she just goes and sees my brother all the time because he agrees with her.
Do you have the chat room up on the video feed? Yeah. See, I want to draw attention to Auntie Scott there, who says, "Hey Adam, next time try this." Yes, Mom, we'd love to come to dinner, but only if you put on MSNBC and leave it on while we're there. Is MSNBC worth watching at this point in time without like Chris Hayes is great. Like Rachel's only on like one night a week. And
here's my opinion. I know people are going to disagree with me, but I do not like either side of the extreme news channels.
Okay, well then say HGTV.
Yeah,
like,
HGTV.
Hey, you know what? Can you put on HGTV? There's a baking war. Aren't they the ones that do the wars, or is that the Food Network? So that everybody's at war, like
Food Network is Cupcake Wars, Halloween Wars, Spring Baking
War.
Challenge.
Yeah. So there's always a fucking marathon going on. It's like, could you put on Food Network because there's a baking war marathon, and I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, the HGTV is the one channel they will sometimes put on because Mom knows I don't like Fox News, but anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's it. So yeah, we survived, and Mom, they have a new dog, Tabitha.
Tabitha?
Who doesn't like men?
Now
Well,
the old one. No, you know what? Now you're jostling my memory here, because when I was trying to run the other day and I was listening to your award-winning podcast, The Geeky Gay, you were talking about Tabitha and saying that she didn't like guys, and your immediate next sentence, the very next sentence that you said was, she's probably a lesbian or something. And I was like, do you think that lesbians don't like men? Like, do you think that lesbians just hate all men?
That's exactly right. Lesbians do not like men, and so that is why they're lesbian. No,
so conversely, then gay men hate all women, and because that's why we're gays, because we hate women.
Okay, I get your point, but it was an easy thing to say. Anyway, no, but Tabitha is lovely, but she doesn't like Mark or I, either one. And
have you tried wearing?
Maybe she's homophobic.
No, maybe she's not. If she's a lesbian, as you surmise, maybe she just like wear some rainbow stuff, like wear, just like, or maybe kiss in front of her so she knows that you guys are like gay and you're a couple.
Maybe. She peed on me the first time I met her. The second time I met her, she screamed so loud I was just trying to hug my mother. And you would have thought I shot that dog in the ass. And then the third time, she just won't come up to me at all. Like, and anyway, or Mark, either one.
You know what? We're in the process. We're coming up on 6 weeks of living with these rescue cats, and we are still trying to acclimate them to us. Like we're making great strides, and Barley, the more protective brother, comes up to my office during the day. Like he'll hang around in my office during the day, and he likes, he's very comfortable. He'll lay on his back and expose his belly, and he'll make biscuits and let me pet his chin and stuff. So he's cool with me. His brother Ian is still
he will
skittish.
Make biscuits.
You know how cats do that with their paws? They make biscuits.
I have never heard. I see what your hands are doing. Yeah.
Yes.
And I get what you're saying, but I've never heard
it's a comfort thing because
make biscuits.
Yeah, it's a comfort thing because when they're kittens, that's how they get milk out of mom's breast, is they have to do the little kneading motion thing there. And it's called making biscuits. It's a thing, Adam. That's what people call it. That's the euphemism for it, is making biscuits.
Tomorrow when I'm on my cheat day, I'm going to eat some biscuits.
Biscuits. And my cat probably made them. Anyway, so the thing is that I get this, and it's like I showed you the other day, and people on video can't really see it. Can you see it? I've got some scratch marks here.
Oh, yeah. My arm. I mean, do you want me to one-shot you?
No, it's all right. It's all right. I got some scratch marks there on my arm, which happened earlier this week, and that's because I was trying to. I have to give Ian some eardrops, and he didn't want eardrops, and here's the thing, my boyfriend, who I love dearly,
yes,
is very similar to Nathan Lane's character in The Birdcage, the drag queen performer, and not that Zach is a drag queen, but in his way that when Zach gets startled or is scared of something, he will scream. He will like, oh, he will scream loudly.
I mean, occasionally that happens to me when Mark comes up behind me and I don't know he's there.
So we're holding Ian down. I'm trying to get the drops in, and then Ian's head breaks out of his hold, right? And so he's able to get his head. And so Zach screams, which then freaks the cat out, which is what caused him to like rip down, my thing and go running. And so I'm trying to calm everything. I've got blood like running down my arms, and I'm trying to get to this cat to let him know that everything's all right. And this is when the greatest thing in the world happened, Adam. The greatest thing in the world. Ian had taken off. We were on the couch. Ian had taken off and gone up the stairs. I will go over to go up the stairs. From behind me, Barley comes running up from behind me, runs past me, gets up on the top stair, and turns around and goes into full-on defensive, protector mode. He's got his fur is like puffed up, his tail is puffed up, he's hissing, he's got his claw
Wow.
ready and stuff. And that's when I realized just how bonded they are as a pair. It's like, Barley wasn't in the room. He didn't know what was going on with the with the eardrops or whatever. All he knows is his brother is, crying and is in trouble. And he's like, no, I got you, bro. And he's there like Mr.
Wow.
Barley attack cat there. And he's like, I love that cat so much. He is so,
what you need to do is just kick him down the stairs a couple of times and he'll get over that.
Oh my God.
That is,
No.
Sydney got put in the dryer a few times when she was young, and
Oh
and
my
now
God.
she,
that does explain a lot. I've met Sydney.
how dare you?
Anyway.
Now she is
I
a
just-
perfect angel.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't take that Tabitha hates you. I feel like it just a lot of times, animals have trauma in their past too, and they're things that they have to work past.
I should have
People
said,
can be dicks to them.
Tabitha, who hurt you, honey?
Maybe it was Ron
just
DeSantis.
tell me.
We don't know.
Show me on the stuffed animal I have here.
Right. All right, we're gonna try
Where-
this new groovy effect here, Adam. Adam, may I have a one shot, please?
You can.
Excellent. It is the contact segment of the show. This is a segment of the show where we read your emails, play your voicemails. Adams, do we have any emails this week?
No, we do not.
Ooh, we do. Ooh, that still works. No, we do not. Okay. Then let's go to our first voicemail, shall we? That is over here on this board that I am unprepared for. Oh, we have 2 phone calls. All right. Let's get to our first one. Hello.
The Unabomber, dead, age 81.
Yeah.
Dead.
What's his name?
Is he
found
watching
in
Fox
his jail
News?
cell. Remember those days
What's
when
his
the
name?
Unabomber was around?
Yeah. What's his name?
I know Adam will remember because he's quite old.
Look. What's his name?
Okay, so Scotty.
No. Did you say you didn't? You didn't. Yeah. I'm so sorry. That's like saying like Batman's dead. Like you don't even know who Batman is. It's like we can't take pseudonyms here.
Well, also, I don't look, somebody who is famous for doing atrocities, like they don't get $1. I'm sorry. Like now I understand that, Elizabeth Taylor or whoever did some atrocities and we still gave $1 for them. But I mean, there are some atrocious actors out
Elizabeth
there.
Taylor?
I don't know. The name just came to mind. I don't even know.
You're gonna compare Elizabeth Taylor to the Unabomber.
Zsa Zsa Gabor did some atrocities back in her day.
Remember back when Zsa Zsa Gabor like mowed down 15 people with an AK-47?
Green Acres is the place to be. I don't even know.
Remember,
I don't think I've
remember when
seen.
Vicki Lawrence murdered 19 people with
Hey
a
now,
banjo?
don't talk
It was
about.
just-
I couldn't think of. I was trying to think of a crappy actor or actress, and I don't think I've seen Elizabeth Taylor in anything. I don't think I've seen her in anything. For some
I think-
reason, that
actually,
name came to
I
my
think
head.
that she's in that book. Oh God, what was the book? The one that Auntie Scott recommended to you. Read the book or see the movie.
Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights.
Is that black and white? Because if it's black and white, you have not seen it.
That was when I heard that Auntie Scott recommended that you watch Wuthering Heights. The very first thing I said out loud in my truck was, "Is it in black and white?"
I don't even know. I think I would be more likely to read. I like to read. So I think reading the book would be fun, but I don't even know what it's about. Although I think Auntie Scott told me what it was about, but now I don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
I did- remind me to
you do
tell
not get
you-
$1, Scotty. Sorry.
remind me to tell you about this book that I just read, a series of books that I just read in the after show. And I know you're thinking to yourself, dear listener, oh my God, they're going to talk about something cool in the after show. Certainly cooler than anything we've talked about so far. And I'm going to miss it. I'm not going to get to hear it because I can't sit in the chat room on a Friday night and listen to them stream live. Here's the good news, dear listener. We have a behind the scenes club besides the it's just beside the scenes. It's not actually behind the scenes. It's more like off in the wings. It's like a beside the wings.
We have a beside the scenes club.
Yeah.
It's a very super secretive club.
It is. It's called Level 13. And if you join Level 13, you get our after show every week that we record. We record extra audio sometimes. We're trying so hard to like post things in the Level 13 Discord.
I mean, I posted the last two things.
I've posted one, and it did dawn on me I should have posted for my camping trip this past weekend. But I'm trying. Like I said, dear listener, we're trying. I will try to remember to post more in that Discord. But we have a Discord server, and I know what you're saying. You're saying, oh my God, this is just a pitch for you to get $10 a month from us, or whatever, or $2 a month, or whatever your damn Patreon costs.
$9.99 is all it is.
No, ladies and gentlemen, no. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is send us an email, contact@mix-podcast.com, and say, hey, I want to join Level 13.
Also,
that's all you have to do.
You won't believe
what?
How Daniel sounds after his edible has kicked in. So, I mean, if you really want to know, you gotta listen to that after show, that Level 13.
The beside the scenes after show. Anyway, the point is, join Level 13. It's absolutely free. Let's get to our last phone call here, shall we? Hello.
Hey, Adam and Daniel, this is Gary in Portland.
Hey, Gary.
Treat Williamson passed away.
Treat
died.
Williamson.
And I don't know, I think it was an actor. I just liked his name. Anyway, he did. He was 71.
Treat.
Talk to you later. Bye.
I mean, he lived till 71. What a treat.
Treat Williams.
Treat Williams.
You know what? I like Gary. Well, I mean, I used to like Gary.
Oh, you don't like Treat Williams?
So I think we'll give him $1.
All right, good. We'll give him $1. Absolutely. No one called. I'm surprised no one called in with the imploding billionaires this week. That could have been like $5 right there. Like there were like 5 of them that imploded on that sub, right? So you could have called in. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, of course, the Celebrity Death Phone, our ongoing contest, where when a celebrity dies, you call in, you report it to us, and if you're the first person to report it to us, we add $1 to a pot of money, and we put your name in the drawing for that big pot at the end of the year, which is coming up at the live Pride 48 weekend, September
15th through the 17th. And soon an email will go out with that, and I'm going to update the website to have it, and we will eventually figure out when we're going to have State of the Stations, which did not seem to be very well attended when we did them on Friday evenings before our show.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Probably because then they would feel like they had to listen to our show. We can do them. We'll figure it out.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. So soon,
you're a product manager now. You should be able to handle this. You should be able to handle organizing, a good...
Program managers organize and do what the milestones are and the deliverables and all that. Product managers define the features of a product and do market research and customer interviews and stuff like that. It's totally different.
Do market research to determine the best night for us to do a State of the Station. Anyway, thank you for the Celebrity Death Phone.
I'll look at the KPIs.
If you want to know how to call us, call 707-61-DEATH. That's all you have to do. 707-61-DEATH. Report the celebrity death, and you will be entered into the contest. What is the grand sum at this point in time? We still have until September, but what are we at right now, Adam? What's the pot at?
We're at $84.
I'm sorry, what?
$84.
$84 is in the pot right now.
Crone in the chat room says, Crone, who is in the chat room, says, Ted Kaczynski was almost 2 weeks ago. The deaths don't have to be recent. Crone, Crone,
we were off
my dear Crone, we were off last week.
So that phone call came in closer to the death. Anyway, that's all. Yeah, yay! I think we're done, right?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. That is so. I am so kludged up the butt right now.
Do you know what bothers me
What?
about my co-host Joe Batance? I just want to tell you.
Hold on. I feel like we need like a non sequitur sound, like a just like a totally just like out of fucking left field is just like. My co-host Joe Batance.
I don't think he. I don't think he listens. I don't think he listens to this. So
I guarantee. I don't think
he does.
I guarantee you.
I don't think he does. No, the thing
also,
that really.
Also, I didn't text him at all this week just because he like said on your show like,
I'm
gonna get a text.
Of
I'm
course.
gonna get a text. And I was like Adam Burns at a drive-through. I'm like, no.
I was like,
no,
no.
I was gonna text you,
Yeah,
but now that
not
you
now.
said I was, fuck you. I'm not gonna.
Exactly. No, this drives me so crazy, but I just live with it because that is the type of person that I am. I just take abuse.
Mm-hmm.
I took abuse from Maddie for 8 years or however long we were together.
We've been podcasting for 15, so
I know.
you've taken it from me for 15. Yeah.
I let you interrupt me 50,000 times an episode, but when I say one thing while you're telling a story, I get the finger and the everything else. Yeah. No, the thing I don't like is the whole time, Joe. You're Daniel. Daniel, the whole time.
You don't have to whisper either. You were about to do that, Joe Batance. The whole time.
Like
when Joe does that little thing where he's like, the whole time.
The whole time. The whole
and he didn't know?
podcast.
Yes.
The whole podcast.
The whole podcast.
He does it in a Southern accent. And it drives me fucking crazy. I know I have a Southern accent. I understand that.
Now I listened to the show.
Whole
No. I listened to the show, and it is not the whole show. He does it a lot, but when he's telling his stories, he's not doing it in a Southern accent.
It drives me so crazy.
I'm super fucking jealous about Disney Pride nights that they're getting over there, and he got to go, and you guys didn't even talk about it. And he's just like, I guess we'll talk about it next time. Oh, that's right, you're gone. So it's like there won't be another throwing down for like another month. So
we're doing throwing down this Sunday.
Well, then I want to know about the Disney Pride night.
Okay. When's it happening? We're doing it this Sunday. Did it already happen?
It's already happened. He said, I wish I could have talked about it, but
okay.
Here's the thing. I know in your mind you think he's doing it the whole time, but he's not doing it the whole time.
It feels like he's doing it the whole time, but
anyway, if for those of you who are watching on video, and by the way, if you don't know this, if you subscribe to us on Spotify or on YouTube, you can watch the video version of this podcast. You can see us, doing our thing that we do every Friday night. I don't know why I said it that way, but you can see, the little video setup that we have here over on YouTube or on Spotify. But for those of you who are watching tonight, you'll notice two things. Number one, the July 4th tree. This is definitely not a Christmas tree. It's a July 4th tree. The lights burn out on it because it's been up for so long. So the lights burn out on that. So, and it's one of those, cheap strands where just one bulb burns out, the whole strand is out. So it's like, I'm not.
Are you going to go through the entire strand? And
no, it was like a $6 tree. It's like, but anyway, the thing. But the second thing you'll notice, and Adam has scooted to cover it very cleverly. Adam, can you scoot? Look at that. It looks like no. Scoot over just no. Yeah, stop right there. If you look at Adam's video, and I'll try to describe this for those of you on audio, it looks as though he's like bought some paint and has like painted two little samples on the wall to see what color he wants to paint on the drywall. And I know in his head he thinks that like one of them is eggshell and the other one is water spray. It looks kind of
like a
they're
smiley
both just
face.
beige. They're both just white. It's just like boring white. But this is your new bookshelf, right? So yeah, this is the new view we're gonna get for forever now?
No, it's gonna have. Remember, I had the black and blue acoustic foam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna go back there. But the problem is, you see the little seam right there.
Yeah, the big black line. Yeah.
That is that's the sides of the bookcase, but
Yeah.
there's a gap between
Yeah.
that and where the flat stuff.
Do you know what? Right. You know what I would do?
Well, I'm going to buy foam core to make up the other 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to put that on first, and then I'm going to put because I want it to be the same level. But what would you do?
What I would do is I would take furring strips and I would cover that black line going down and then the one going across so that it looks like 4 different panels up on the wall. You know what I'm saying? And then if you take like a brown crayon or something and just very lightly like draw some veins down it, it would look like it's like a teak background. It's like, oh no, this is expensive teak wood background behind me that's like framed in and stuff. You don't. That's what I would do because I'm cheap. So.
Yeah. Would you get that from the Habitat for Humanity's store? Is that where you would get it? So
you know, what do you have against the Habitat for Humanity? So I'm giving life to secondhand objects, objects that people have used and like the treadmill that's coming to my house on that was like $1,000 Gold's Gym folding treadmill. Yeah. And they've used it like 12 times, and I'm getting it for $200.
I have an elliptical that you can buy. Anyway, so I think I'm next on the rundown.
I was trying to lead into.
I know. I got it.
Yeah,
Speaking of the bookcase,
yeah.
I put that together, by the way.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, so what I wanted to talk about with furniture is, first of all, I've put together 2 different things recently. I put 4. I know 3.
Wow.
Because this is 2 bookcases that I also screwed together, but I mean, you can't see it. Anyway, I put a little bracket and screwed them together, and I screwed them to the wall so they don't fall over. So, put that together. Then we finally decided on a media center. We're in year 3 on this house.
Yep. And
we finally decided on a media center because we wanted something that completely went around the TV. I either wanted a really modern thing that was like it was just like on the wall and floating. Right. I think those look kind of modern. Or even if it was standing on legs, I wanted it to wrap around and maybe have some shelves or, whatever the case may be. And so,
you didn't want like a short throw 600-inch projector that like just would have made the entire wall.
I want a short throw projector for the gym, but our gym is so tiny and that they're so expensive. Like I just couldn't. I know we talked about it already, but I couldn't. I haven't been able to make myself spend.
Actually, screw that. In your media room, you don't even need a short throw projector. You just put one up back behind your seats, like up on top of the shelf.
No, I can't have a screen in the media room because the ceiling is the wall is. What am I trying to say? I can't.
It's slanted.
It's slanted.
Sloped.
Thank you.
It's sloped.
So I put that together. Then, so my goal was.
Yes.
And I'll show the chat room. I'll post a picture of the media center in a second here. But
for those of you on level 13, you've already seen these photos.
Yeah, if you're on, but I don't know if everybody's in level 13. So.
No, they're not, but they could join level 13. I'm just saying this. I'm just saying this. I like your choice of entertainment.
Yeah, I mean that's what we watch all the time.
It's like your mom with Fox News.
It is.
You've just got Mix Minus. You've got the Mix Minus YouTube channel just going 24/7, just right there.
Okay, so got it on Wayfair.
Yeah.
I've had some good luck with Wayfair. The TV media console I have in here, which I love, which is mid-century modern kind of looking thing, and it's so hard, like heavy. It's not flimsy. It's very heavy and like good construction, and all that. But
so you're saying Wayfair had just what you needed?
So yeah, is that their logo or something,
just
or their
yes.
Motto? So. I'd had some good luck with them, but there have been.
I was swallowing slogan.
There have been times when they've sent stuff and I've had to put it together. So now, because I'm trying to get a little bit other than this shelf, which I understand, but for reasons, but I am trying to start getting nicer pieces of furniture. Even though most furniture that you buy today is like made out of MDF.
Yeah,
like most of it. Anyway, so. And I'm looking for the ones that are already assembled.
Well, if you got it from Wayfair, that wasn't assembled.
And it said, well, no, because the thing that the media center in here came from Wayfair, and it was completely assembled when we got it. Anyway, so they have an option in Wayfair. You can say, I only want fully assembled.
Right.
Well, I knew this because, I mean, how could you ship that thing in one piece? I mean, like I knew this in my heart, but it said it's a fully assembled, with this thing.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't going to be, but I thought it was going to be easier than what it was. One of the reasons I posted the picture in the chat room is, do you see immediately above the TV, there's a shelf.
Yep.
And then above that, there's like the roof or the top, whatever you call it, right?
Yep. Yep.
So those two shelves, the end shelves. So for those of you who are not seeing the picture, there is a console, that's standing on the floor with a top. It's a white console with kind of a natural wood top on it.
Right. It looks like a dresser with like 4 drawers and 4 doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the top piece there's a shelf, a small shelf on each side.
Yep. It's
And
like
then
a small bookcase on either side and with a big bookcase above the TV laid sideways. So it surrounds the TV. What size TV is that?
65 inch.
Okay. So it surrounds a 65-inch TV. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, the whole console piece came as one piece. So that's good. The shelves were 2 separate sets of shelves, but the shelves were put together, but the shelves are separate.
Yeah.
Then there were the top pieces on the corners were just these square little top pieces with like that trim on it. And then the middle was its own piece. Lots of basically it was a lot of pieces.
Yeah. So you had to put a lot of pieces.
And so I'm going to all this trouble of describing that because the instructions told you to stand up the end bookshelves.
Yeah.
Put the little tops on them, screw those tops in.
Yeah.
Then it wanted you to take that middle shelf and attach that.
Yeah.
And then attach the top.
Yes.
I was like, that is ridiculous, but I'm going to do it because how flimsy is that middle shelf, right? And it's just got some tiny little pegs that hold it together.
It doesn't matter though, because otherwise they'd have to add a ladder to the whole thing because in order to put the top on, you'd have to have a ladder to get up there.
Here's what happened though. We did that. And when we tried to put the middle piece in, it would not fit. And we were moving back and forth and trying to struggle and like pull apart the bookshelves and do all this kind of stuff and it's MDF. The shelf crack.
Yeah.
And the whole shelf pulls out, the middle shelf, the bridge piece pulls out and pulls a big puncture hole in the side of the MDF.
Oh, wow.
And so then I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the top on first.
Yes.
And then it'll be, we won't have to worry about the spacing issue. And then we'll put that back in. Then that was not close enough together. It was too wide now. So Mark's trying to push and that shelf rips out again and pulls more of the MDF out. This happened 3 times.
Thrice.
If it had
happened.
That MDF on the side of that thing that I have screwed in 3 different places now. One more, there was no room for any more. If we'd had one more rip out. Anyway, it's such a nightmare putting these MDF things together. I really like it. I think it looks good. It has lights in the shelves.
Yeah. No, it looks very good in it for those of you listening on audio, the pictures in the chat room, but you'd have to scroll up to this week to see it. What was I going to say? Oh, you know what? I've put together a lot of IKEA furniture lately. I actually bought IKEA bookshelves to go behind me here because when we got the new flooring upstairs, I rotated my office, and so all the pictures that I used to have in my background are now in front of me instead of on the wall behind me. So
couldn't you just move the pictures?
I will, but I want to put in the new bookshelves because the new bookshelves are white, so they'll pop more against that purple, and then I can put some more stuff back behind me. So and that's why I have boxes like still stacked up in here. But my point is, I've been putting together so many other pieces of IKEA furniture because we put a pantry in the kitchen, which we built out of making the IKEA wardrobe system. So it's like wardrobes with drawers and doors and stuff, but that's going to function now as our pantry. So I've been putting those together in the kitchen. And then we have just the bottom part of your entertainment center, like just that console part.
Yeah.
But it was just a little bit shy of half the width of our living room. So we bought the identical unit to it at IKEA, because it was an IKEA one, and covered the entire wall. So now, and then moved the TV to the center of the two. So now we have, the entire wall under both windows that overlook the backyard is, that console with more storage and stuff. So I've been putting together a lot of IKEA stuff.
Oh, I will say though,
But
IKEA,
it is a pain.
I will say IKEA though, what I like about their stuff is there's so many things that you can mix and match, or they have like different sizes of a shelf, and you can literally find all these configurations. And like they had the bookshelves that I got, they have a version that is for the corner of a wall. So it has two shelves with a little piece in the middle that's also a shelf. That is a good thing about it. But I do not like putting together. And when I look, first of all, they charge me $100 to deliver.
Yes.
I don't know why. They're like the only furniture company that charges for delivery.
Then
online,
why order for, like, we have one thing from Wayfair, and that was only because as a
IKEA. We're talking
gift.
about IKEA.
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 So we're no longer talking about your console. Now, what is it that you
because you were saying you put together a lot of IKEA
I understand,
stuff.
But what did they charge you $100 to deliver? Because
everything. The orange chairs in there were $100 to deliver, and these bookcases were $100 to deliver.
So they charge you to deliver stuff.
That wasn't the point.
What was the point
of it? No, the point wasn't what they were charging.
Okay, then what was the point?
The point was, how dare you? I don't remember. So, Chick-fil-A boycott.
This is really, really fast. I just wanted to include that. Are you aware of the Chick-fil-A boycott? Like when you saw that item on the Trello.
I'm aware.
Did you know what I was talking about?
Yeah. There's apparently some people on social media throwing a fit because they're saying that Chick-fil-A is too woke.
Yes,
and it's because
they put out a pride celebration thing.
Well, what I read was that it was because they had hired a director of.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That was
DEI. What does that stand for?
Director of equality.
No. It's not director. It's diversity.
Oh, the diversity,
equality, inclusion,
equality and inclusion. Yeah, something like that. So the right wing folks are all now pissed off at Chick-fil-A. And we're going to boycott them just like we did that Bud Light. And so they're out there losing their fucking minds about it. And because I know that you like Chick-fil-A. What does that say?
It says battery exhausted. We've lost Daniel.
That can't be true because it's plugged in. It's like, what do you mean your battery's exhausted? You're plugged in, for God's sakes.
While you're taking care of that, I just put it on my one shot. I need a shot with just me and the chat room. They're like, chat room, how's it going? You're awfully quiet in here tonight. By the way, I'm assuming he's going to cut this out, but if not, hey.
No, I'm not cutting this out. I mean, now, what the fuck is going on with this camera? It's plugged in, and it's like, so I'm switching to my webcam, so because there's no more videos that I need to play at this point, so we'll just switch there to the webcam. What the?
I don't know.
I am so desperately annoyed with.
Are you?
With consumer camera. Where are we at? Can we take a moment and do this?
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it.
It is the Mix Minus Technology segment, the segment of the show where we talk about technology and answer your questions about them if you might have them. Everything. We do have a question this week. It comes from one Daniel Brewer who asks, "Hey, Adam and Daniel, why are consumer cameras so fucking annoying and it's almost impossible to find one that will actually like do the stupid simple thing of just shooting video without shutting down or in other ways like limiting itself?" That's the question, Adam. I have three cameras.
Yes.
We started off with the vlogging camera that everyone suggests, the Canon G7 Mark II. That's the vlogging camera. It's a 1080p Canon handheld. It's got a video screen that pops out up above it so that you can see yourself. Make sure that you're framed. So like the screen swivels in a bunch of ways so you can always see the screen, even if you're holding the camera out in front of you. You can see the screen. Yeah. So you know that you're framing your shots right. So it's like the go-to vlogging camera for YouTubers for a long time. We got that, and it was great for vlogging. It's great for going around the parks and vlogging and stuff like that. But when we switched over to doing like studio work, where we were sitting at a desk and just had a longer form video, we found out that the Canon G7 Mark II will only record 16 minutes of video.
Yeah.
It's not a lot because of some stupid import law that says that video cameras get taxed higher than just still cameras.
Yeah. So on the cheaper,
right? So they don't want to call it a video camera. So it's like all right. So fine. So we wanted to upgrade to 4K anyway. So then we did some more research, and so our second camera that we got is the Sony ZV-1, which is the one that I'm using right now, that I was using previous to this, that is plugged in on a tripod, plugged in, has no memory card in it. It's not actually recording. It's just sending its video via an HDMI to the switcher. But it overheated one week, and now this week it's not. And when Zach and I, this is the one we record Don't Do Disney with. The reason that Don't Do Disney is never ever more than 30 minutes is because this camera will overheat when recording. After 30 minutes it'll shut down. So it's like, so we have to like record before the thing shuts down. I am so annoyed by this shit. It's just like I just want the thing to just run. I want to point it and shoot it and just be done with it. And this is so I don't even know what that means. I don't know why the battery is exhausted on a camera that's literally plugged in.
I don't know. Maybe it's not plugged in. Maybe you think it's plugged in and it's not, or something.
But here's the thing. The power strip that it's plugged into is the exact same one that's running the switcher and several others. So I know that the power strip is on.
Maybe you're not actually recording a podcast right now and you don't even know.
Maybe the edibles have kicked in and this is all just a dream. We don't know. It doesn't matter. So the Chick-fil-A boycott, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that you got shit a long time ago for eating at Chick-fil-A, even though they had stopped their practices that people were upset about. And then it's one of those things like, if you're going to boycott them, if you want them to change and they make some motion towards changing, then you have to stop boycotting them. Otherwise, you're just being a dick, right? So I just felt like it was funny that people just kept giving you such a hard time about eating at Chick-fil-A. And at the same time, now all the right wingers are giving them because they hired a position,
a VP
right?
of diversity, equality, and inclusion is what we.
There was some poll that was run by NBC lately that's showing what the top issue is for Republican voters in this next election, and it's wokeness. It's like, how is this a thing?
Well, okay, I mean, this is not a topic on well, the Chick-fil-A thing is, but this is a whole other topic. But yeah, I've said this before.
And you'll say it again.
How is what they're basically saying is why you shouldn't give a shit about anybody else other than yourself.
Yeah. Jesus was a sucker. So you shouldn't be spending your time like talking to people who are less fortunate than you, or like trying to help the people that
giving
are less
people the shirt off your back, or doing any of those things.
No, you shouldn't do that. No, Jesus said take all their money. If you've stolen from their left pocket, make sure you turn their cheek the other way so you can steal from their right pocket. That's what Jesus said. And I'm just quoting the Bible to you, Adam. You know this. You're a Christian, so you know that what I'm saying is the truth.
It's too bad I found Freddy's though, because I really should now be supporting Chick-fil-A, and I'm Freddy's is closer to my house. Oh, thank you for the explanation, Kathy. I thought we were going to be a little bit shorter than last week, but we may not be.
News game. It's the news game. It's the news game. A little pitchy there. What questions will he ask? It is the Mixed Minus News Game. This is the segment of the show where Adam will read me 5 questions from the New York Times News Quiz, and I, using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will answer those questions. These are multiple choice questions. I'll try to answer without knowing what the choices are, but I am always free to ask what the choices are. Afterwards, I have to volume this. I have too many volume knobs right now. Afterwards, we're going to do a 60-second speed round where Adam is going to read me questions from a Trivial Pursuit card that has been randomly selected from a deck from, I don't know, I feel like it's like 1990 or something.
Isn't that kind of the funny part of the bit? That it's from so long ago.
Yeah, it is, and but that's for bonus points. So for each one of those, I can make up some points from the main thing. Adam, what is the first question on the old news quiz this evening?
Yes, Daniel. A submersible disappeared this week.
Yes.
While carrying a group to see the wreckage of which ship?
Yeah. Of the Titanic, and that was the imploding billionaires that I was referring to earlier. Yeah, that's just saying.
Okay. Yes, that was correct. Was that loud? Was that loud to you?
I mean, it scared you. I mean, if you were Zach, if this was next week and Zach was going, you would have screamed. You would have, ah!
The House this week formally censured which Democratic lawmaker who led impeachment proceedings against former President Donald Trump.
Oh, it's Schiff. What's his first name? I always get confused because Richard Schiff was Tobey Maguire on the West Wing. I think it's Adam Schiff. Is it Adam Schiff? Is that the? Okay.
Yes, it is Adam.
And to
Schiff.
my knowledge, Adam Schiff and Richard Schiff not related. So.
Nope.
Adam Schiff not related to Toby from the West Wing.
Hunter Biden pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges this week.
Yes,
what were they connected to?
Oh, he paid his taxes late. And he didn't pay the penalty for doing so. So it was a tax thing.
Okay, I'll accept it. Failing to pay taxes.
Yes. He did pay the taxes. He basically got audited, and they're like, "Oh, you never turned in these and this year and this year." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I messed up here. I'll file them now." And then he paid what he owed, but there was a penalty involved. It's stupid. It was just so stupid. He's like, and people are trying to equate this to any other scandal that's going on. It's just like look, you don't get thrown in jail for paying your taxes late. You get thrown in jail for refusing to pay them ever, right?
Yep. Okay, number 4.
The
Federal Trade Commission accused Amazon of what this week?
Tricking people into subscribing to Prime, to Amazon Prime.
Wow, that was almost exactly. It's tricking consumers into subscribing to Prime. That was almost exactly word
that's
for
what they.
word.
Yeah, that's what
it's
it was.
Almost as if you've read this quiz before.
No, it's almost as if I read the New York Times. But this was it because I am a Prime subscriber, so I was interested in this because I wanted to know. I was like, what the fuck? What you didn't? I don't feel tricked into subscribing to Prime.
Okay, I'm not going to be mean to you because there is a question about.
By the way, Adam. By the way, there is a Google class action suit that all you have to do is go to this website, and if you Googled anything between 2007 and 2012, if you just went to Google and searched for something, you're entitled to a portion of this class action suit, and they estimate that you're going to get about $5. Oh. But all you have to do is just fill out a form, and then they'll mail you $5.
So where do I find it? Do I need to Google it?
You know what? You should Google it.
Oh, okay. This Monday
Yes.
marked the second year that Juneteenth was recognized as a federal holiday. Where did Juneteenth start?
I was not looking that up.
Location,
I was
by the
searching
way.
for Google. Anyway, in Texas.
There are 3 options in Texas. We have Dallas, we have Fort Worth, or we have Galveston.
Galveston. Yeah, it's Galveston. It was like I heard the name and didn't remember it. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to pull that. Like, yeah, okay, Galveston. Yeah.
Yes.
What was
it
that? Was that
is.
5? Was that 5 questions, Adam? Did I just score a perfect score on the news quiz? That is so unusual. Oh wait, no.
That
it's
is 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not unusual. I often score because unlike my co-host Adam, I keep up with the news. I read the news, and
Yeah.
I watch the news. Speed round.
In 3, 2, 1.
What European country's most common last name is De Vries?
Ireland?
The Netherlands. What 2 cartoon mice attempt every night to take over the world from their
Oh,
cages
Pinky
in
and the
Acme
Brain.
Labs?
Pinky and the Brain.
That is
brain,
correct.
brain,
What trials
brain.
beginning in 1945 spawned the phrase, "I was only following orders"?
Nuremberg?
That is correct. What was the first place name uttered by a man on the moon?
The first place name?
The first place name uttered by a man on the moon.
What was it?
What was the first place name uttered by a man on the moon?
I don't understand the question. I don't understand that question. The place
The name of what place
like Sea
was
of Tranquility
uttered-
or
the name of what place was uttered to by who?
Mankind? No, that's not a place.
Place name. Name of a place. Okay, it's fine. You didn't get it.
What was it?
Houston.
What was it?
Houston, we have a problem.
They didn't have a problem on the moon.
I don't know. It was Houston. Houston is the answer. He didn't say, Houston, we have a problem.
It doesn't matter. I got the initial 5 questions correct. Also, I believe I got 2 of those of the bonus
Sure.
round. Yeah. So that makes a total of 7. That's an A+ in anybody's book right there. So I don't know. Let me know. Should I do the news quiz next week or should I ask it to Zach? That's the question. Oh, I should probably pay attention. We have 4 more seconds. Such a smoothly run show, Adam. Such a smoothly,
is. Well, that's-
smoothly run show.
That's because our producer.
It is. Our who's on set right now? We've learned that they are rushing.
You know, he did not tell us what show.
No, it doesn't matter. But the point is that because of the writer's strike and the actors are expected to join the writer's strike on July 1st, a lot of productions are running late hours and speeding up trying to get stuff filmed that's already written before the actors leave and join the writer's strike. Anyway, he's off shooting something tonight. We don't know what it is. He can't tell us. But what we do know is that he does exhaustive research every single week. Well, it's not him. I mean, he's our executive producer. He's a highly paid executive. He has a team of thousands. But they research all kinds of events that have happened on this day, the day that we were recording of some prior year. So these are all going to be things that have happened on June 23rd of some date of some year. I can't talk. Happy National Porridge Day, Adam.
Yeah, happy National Porridge Day. Would
Did
you
you
say
use that?
porridge is the same as oatmeal?
I think it is.
Yeah.
When I hear porridge, I think oatmeal.
I don't think I've ever had porridge, but I really used to like that malto meal stuff. You know what? You know what I'm talking about?
I feel like this is just oatmeal in milk instead of water. Like when I get oatmeal, like when I eat oatmeal, I expect it was boiled in water. Porridge is boiling grain in milk. So maybe like cream of wheat or oatmeal.
Is cream
but
of wheat malto meal? Do you know what malto meal is?
I don't know what malto meal is. Cream of
I
wheat
love
is like
the texture of malto meal.
Is very fine grained. Cream of wheat is a very
Maybe
fine
it's like
grain.
cream of wheat. It's like I can't even think of what to do. It's very fine. Anyway, porridge day. Everyone go celebrate. Have some malto meal.
National Take Your Dog to Work Day. Did you take your dog to work today? Did you take Sydney, the dog, to work with you?
I mean, I work at home, so yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I noticed that Sydney, the person, didn't call us this week.
No, she didn't.
I think maybe we offended her with
I don't think she listens. So, I mean,
Did you use any of these days?
I did not. I
Geeky Gay?
looked at it while I was recording Geeky Gay. I even mentioned it on the show. You can find it at geekygay.com.
Happy National Typewriter Day.
Did you have a keyboarding class when you were in school?
I took typing. I took typing in my senior year of high school.
So this wasn't a typewriter because when I started typing, we had some sort of computers at that point, and so this was like a keyboard, like a computer keyboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we took it would it helped. I mean, I know how to type. There are a lot of people who don't know how to type. I know how to type.
All those people that do the little one finger.
Yeah, no,
typing things.
I type
Not
with
to mention
all
any
10
names,
fingers.
big fatty. Here's 5 typewriter facts to discover for you today. Here for you to discover today. Number 1, Adam, did you know that Ray Bradbury didn't own a typewriter?
No, I did. Wait, did he use a? He used a typewriter.
I'm going to tell you. I'm
rented?
going to tell you.
Okay.
In order to write his 1953 book, Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury used a typewriter rented from the library at UCLA.
I was going to ask if he hand wrote the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I would have assumed. Number 2, Richard Brodigan loved them. I mean, I don't know why that's a fact.
I don't know who he is.
Really? He's an author, right?
Okay.
Mark Twain. This is number 3. Mark Twain. All aboard, Mark Twain coming down the track. Mark Twain was a trend setter. He was the first author to showcase a typewritten book manuscript in Life on the Mississippi, published in 1883.
This is a stupid question, but
This is a stupid list,
but before there were typewriters, right? Or there was a way to print, but was there ever a time in the whole history of the world where people hand wrote and hand copied books to be sold?
Adam,
Is that a
Adam, are you kidding?
I mean, to be sold.
Like, is this
I know,
no? But is this a serious question?
Do
you not know about the monks that would copy? They would hand copy the books and stuff. Yes, those books.
I read a lot of fantasy books, and that is a concept in fantasy books.
But the thing that made mass media possible was the printing press, like the types, like you would put.
Yeah, and that was invented a long time ago. I mean,
to put the individual letters in. So before you had typewriters, you had typesetters who would take handwritten work, and then put the type.
Yeah, I
they
know
would
that.
set the type for it.
So here's what I was thinking.
Yes.
I was thinking, I know that there were handwritten documents. I understand that.
No,
but what
I
I
get
was
that.
thinking is,
I understood the question.
Were they selling books basically
Yes.
when they were handwritten? So there was someone like, instead of just
this is
Brandon
how those
Sanderson
monks.
would
This
write
is how
the
those
book.
this is how those monasteries supported themselves. They sold those books.
So anyway, I wasn't
It
saying
wasn't
did
just
they have
Bibles.
books. I know they have books.
It wasn't just the Bibles. It's like the monks. You always depict the monks are like copying the Bible. They did more than just the Bible. They did any book.
Hey, you know what, Daniel?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks actor.
I gave
Tom
up.
Hanks,
This list
is an
list
avid and well-known
sucks.
collector
No.
of old school
Adam,
typewriters.
I refuse to know what the fifth fact is about typewriters because the rest of them were so stupid. On this day in 1976, the FBI confirms it's been keeping domestic surveillance files on the Advocate magazine.
What?
Did you ever read the Advocate?
There is a word that I have not heard.
What?
No, I didn't read The Advocate. There was a magazine called XY that was
Yes.
all the twinks.
Yeah.
And I read that, and I was in that. There was a photo of me with Phil in that. I've told that story before. There is a word here. Beastly. That's not the word. Sodomitical. Sodomitical. Have you
Yes.
ever heard the word
Having
sodomitical?
to do with or pertaining to
Sodomy, I would assume.
Yes. Yeah.
But I've never heard the word sodomitical. 5 beastly sodomitical boys busted by Puritan preacher on his way to Salem
I would. What is that?
in 1692. Sorry.
Oh, it's not a book or I was like
No.
I'd read that book.
Five. That is a tongue twister, but also it's alliterative. Is that the right thing?
It is. It's alliterative.
Five-
Do you know what we're going to be celebrating in 2026?
No.
You have no idea.
In 2026.
2026, the United States of America is going to be celebrating a milestone.
250 years old. 300.
No, 250 years old. You were
250
correct.
years old.
250 years old. Now, here's my question. What do you... So the 200th celebration of America was called the bicentennial. What do you call the 250th anniversary of
It's
America?
called the sodomitical anniversary.
See, that's why you understood where I was going with it because it's actually called a semi-quincentennial. So semi-quincentennial
That's not easy to say.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're going to be celebrating our semi-quincentennial, y'all.
Our sodomitical.
Wait, you're not mad that I have a southern accent sometime, are you?
No, he does it the entire episode. The entire
I am from the
fucking
South.
episode, and it's not even a good one.
Up until I was 17 years old, I had a very country accent. So I mean, if you were to hear old recordings of
I
me,
just want to say, I feel like at one point in my life, I had kind of gotten rid of it, but it is back in full force, as most of you know, and I'm proud of that. It's fun.
In 1956, on this day, Disney's Skyway to Fantasyland and Skyway to Tomorrowland began transporting guests across the park.
Is that
the
did we
Sky
ride
Buckets.
that? Did we ride
No,
that
they
with
have
you
been
and-
they've been gone for a very, very long time.
Oh.
What we rode were the did we ride the did we take the
People
Skyliner?
Mover. No,
Did we
the
take
people.
People Mover. Yeah, no,
People
it's Sky-
Mover.
Let's see. Is there anything else here that I care about? I don't know if there really is. I feel like I've kind
Most
of
of the
just talked
Disney
too
stuff
long.
is always boring.
No,
And,
bite your tongue. Bite your
It's
tongue.
like a bush was planted in Disney World on this day in 1984.
Well, you know what, Adam? Those bushes are important, and that horticulture is very important to those of us that
I
like
wonder if
Disney.
they were bougainvilleas.
A lot of people had their birthday on June 23rd, and we'd like to say a happy birthday to some of them right now. Happy birthday, Connor Jessup. You've turned 29. Oh, he was in that one TV show.
See,
Oh,
he looks too young to find. He looks very attractive, but I feel like a pedophile.
Yeah, pretty much. Happy birthday, Jason Mraz. You've turned 46. Joel Edgerton turned 49. And Joss Whedon turned 59. Anyone else you want to draw attention to here, Adam?
Bob Fosse, who is dead.
Fosse.
He died in Didn't he do like something with Broadway musicals or something?
Yeah, probably. It was a choreographer.
Selma Blair, 51.
Chico DeBarge, 56. And Randy Jackson. Yo, dog, he's 66. Do you like how I threw that in there?
I do,
Yo,
dog.
dog.
Is Melissa Rauch the one that was on Big Bang Theory?
I have no idea.
Anyway, she's 43 and is on Night Court now.
Yeah. Alan Turing was born on this day in 1912. He has long since passed, but the creator of the the inspiration for the Turing test. All we're trying to say is for all of you who had a birthday, happy birthday. From us, I guess.
Happy birthday.
All right. We're there. All right. Adam, I am torn.
Yes.
I put this on the Trello quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And I'm torn because I know how sensitive you are about money and
I'm not. I don't think
that.
I'm sensitive about money.
This is you always say.
I think
you
people
always say, and I quote. You always say,
I am not 1%.
I'm not in the 1%. I'm not in the 1%. Let's see. There was even a time. I don't know if you remember this or not. Where did I put that? There was a time when you gave Mittens a present. It was. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you gave Mittens a present?
I remember
this is not a story, but this is a horrible. I feel like I've been a horrible boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So this trip was for our 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But so the day of our anniversary, we go to a lovely dinner. We did a tasting menu at a fancy restaurant.
Uh-huh.
We get back to the hotel and Mark pulls out
Oh
a
no.
card and a bracelet with like diamonds and like all of this stuff. And I've got nothing.
Oh
Nothing.
my god.
Nothing, Joe. He just takes my hand and puts a bracelet on me. He literally forcefully, Joe, puts a bracelet on my arm. And I got so pissed off. I yanked the bracelet off of my arm and I said, no, I told you I didn't fucking want anything. I don't know if I
wow,
cussed,
you
but I
cursed?
was like, I don't know if I cussed, but I'm like, no, I don't want anything. I'm giving this back to you. I'm taking it off my arm. And I was very forceful.
Yeah.
And Mark was irritated with me. He's like, well, you didn't have to be so mean about it.
See, it's like, Adam, I'm just saying.
I don't even
You
remember
have-
responding that way. We were in Italy. We were in
You
Florence or something.
You have the telltale signs of someone who is in the upper class. I mean, you're moments away from booking an imploding submarine trip
because of
to,
not getting a present for Mark.
No, here's my point. No, because you just casually toss aside diamonds. You just casually like this $250,000 sub ticket for you would be like a latte. For
I
the
was
rest of
gonna
us.
go. I'm so glad I chose
Here's the
not
thing,
to.
Adam.
Though.
Here's the thing. There's an article, and I put this on the Trello quite a while ago, where it says, here's the definitive brackets
Yes.
based off of the entire United States of where the ranges are. Are you lower income, upper income, or middle income? So those are the things. And I hate to tell you this, Adam. I hate to tell you this. You are definitely upper class because upper class income households had incomes greater than $145,500. Now, I know that the combined.
I don't
I
get
know
out
the
of bed in the
combined
morning
for less than
$145,000.
I'm just saying. I know that the combined income of both you and Mittens is well above that. In fact, I know that your income alone is above that. So I know that you are definitely upper. Now I didn't. It's not the 1%, but you are definitely upper class, Adam. You're definitely.
You know why?
in
You
the
know why I
upper
make
class.
such a big deal out of it? Because I feel like that when listeners and Pride 48 people call me the 1%,
Yeah.
it is like out of spite or something. Like there is some negative, like they're calling me something bad,
Yeah. They are.
I mean, I make an okay amount of money. I don't make.
No, it's just whatever. They're, what makes people mad is.
I guarantee you
is they're jealous.
Rodan
Yeah.
makes 5 times what I make.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, so
But, I mean,
look,
which is fine. I
Auntie
don't-
Scott and Uncle Drew wouldn't
God.
even. I mean,
my
for
God.
an hour's worth of their time.
Did you ever find out who D and M were?
No.
No.
Do you know? Do you know? I mean, it must be. I assume it has to be a Pride 48, like somebody who I would know. Otherwise, why would they just put D and M? Like they were expecting me to know who it was.
Obviously, it's a couple. So you should probably focus your, here D and M. We're a couple. Hey, it's.
Anyway, that's unrelated. I just fine. I'm 1%. I'm not really, but sure.
That's the only reason I put this on it. And I'm saying I apologize to you for putting this on the old Trello there.
Yes, Auntie Scott, Donnie and Marie sent an email to me for Geeky Gay. They listen.
And I just have this one other thing that I want to talk to you about.
You just added a card.
Yeah, because I looked over at the time and we're
It's
good.
against the rules to add a card.
Fine,
No, go
fine,
ahead. You can
fine.
talk
In
about
that
it.
case, you know what?
No, you can talk about it. No, you can talk about it.
No. You know what? We stream this show live on Pride 48 every Friday
You can
night
talk about
at
it.
10 o'clock. You can come and listen and join folks in the chat room. We'd like to say thank you for all of you in the chat room who have been here tonight. Auntie Scott, Kathy Marshall, Lamont Cranston, Gary Bearden was here earlier. I'm a Librarian was here earlier. I don't remember who else might have been there. I apologize if I'm missing you. Give us a call on our voicemail line, 707-61-DEATH, or you can go to voicemail.mix-podcast.com and leave your voicemail there. Zach will be here with me next Friday night, June 30th. Adam, have a great 2-week vacation. Actually, 4-week vacation from this show.
Oh, thanks. Auntie Scott doesn't want me to do the Joe Batanz whisper.
Well, then don't. You especially shouldn't do
What's
it at
the-
this point in time.
What's
because,
the Joe Batanz whisper anyway? I don't even know what that means.